started this. You will forgive me if I finish it.
First thing that came into my head just then was at the end of the first movie when the Eagles pick Thorin up off of the forest floor and take him to the Carrack. I think that's a really beautiful moment and very uplifting. But I do think the final battle, the final standoff between Azog and Thorin is probably the most thrilling for me to watch.
Well, it's actually a scene I'm in. It's the opening sequence of the third film. It was for many reasons. It's a very poignant moment in Bard's journey throughout the movies, but it was also the first scene I ever shot. I remember being on the film set for the first time in Stone Street, and yeah, that was what I was doing. I was running across the rooftops, and I remember it snowed for the first time in something like 40 years in Wellington, and everybody ran outside to look at it as if it was like, you know, somebody was dropping money from heaven, but it was just snow. Being Welsh, I see a lot of it, but not in New Zealand. They're not used to it, so yeah, it's funny.
I think for me it would be when the dwarves are in the boat heading towards Lake Town from Mirkwood, and they see the Lonely Mountain for the first time, and they all get to their feet, and there's this moment of reverence, and the heart of the film for me is defined in that scene.
There's a moment in Battle of Five Armies that I really love where Gandalf is cleaning out his pipe, and I find it, God, Ian McKellen is just a master, and the moment says so much about how far they've come, and kind of what's on its way.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I always do remember very fondly the first stuff I did, which was with Gollum. It was with Andy Serkis. That was very memorable. A, because it was my first sort of diving into Bilbo and finding out who he is and finding out how to play him. And B, because it's such a good, it's a well-written scene. It's an iconic scene in the book for good reason, because it's just like it's only relying on two characters, you know what I mean? And because Andy is so wonderful in that part, you know. Any scene with Ian, to be honest, was a pleasure. That was a real, you know, because he's the sort of person you want to be good with. Do you know what I mean? He makes you want to be better.
Will you follow me? One last time.